Three things you must do if your ex-girlfriend is ignoring you. She loved you, she constantly called you, you saw each other every day, and now, from seemingly out of nowhere, your ex-girlfriend seems like a complete stranger to you. She's cold, she's short, and no matter what you do, she won't give you the time of day. So what exactly happened? If this situation sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. Your girlfriend has adopted one of the most common post-breakup attitudes, one that pushes you away every time you try to get close to her again. Such behaviors make it nearly impossible for you to win your girlfriend back, as long as she's still keeping you at an arm's length. This is why you need to quickly reconnect with your girlfriend at some fundamentally emotional levels if you want any chance of keeping her. If your ex-girlfriend is ignoring you right now, there's actually a lot you can do. But before we get into that, there's also a lot that you cannot do. Let's start there first. Chasing after your ex-girlfriend, calling your ex to see where she is, excessively contacting, texting, or emailing your ex, asking your ex's friends how she feels about you, trying to stop by and see your ex-girlfriend even when she told you not to, and leaving desperate or writing long letters for her to change her mind. Those are things you should not do. All of the above behaviors lead to absolute ruin. Not only will they won't work, but they'll actually make things worse by causing your ex-girlfriend to lose all respect for you. Without such respect, you can never win your ex back. At the same time, there are methods and techniques you can use to turn the current situation around. By creating an atmosphere where your ex-girlfriend actually starts missing you again, you can seize control, reopen the lines of communication, and pave the way for eventual reconciliation. To get your ex-girlfriend back and to stop ignoring your every move, make sure you do the following. 1. Walk away cleanly, following your own path. Nothing's worse than a clingy ex-boyfriend who will let go of the past. You can't get your ex back by holding onto her leg because eventually she'll shake you off as she walks away. For this reason, you need to walk away in your own direction. While it may seem you're giving up on the relationship, what you're actually doing is establishing a life of your own. When your ex sees that you're not chasing after her, that's when her interest will be piqued. Your ex will soon realize that your life goes on without her, and this is something she's not expecting to happen so soon after the breakup. 2. Break up with her as well. Remember when your ex told you that it'd be better off apart? You were there shaking your head, you begged, you pleaded, and did everything you could do to get her back to consider, right? All of those actions are bad moves. They made your girlfriend even more sure she's the one making the right decisions, and they reaffirmed her as being correct in breaking things off. After all, why would she want to date someone who needs her more than she needs him? Think about it. Instead, the best way to handle being dumped is to dump the dumpee. Sounds confusing, but imagine your ex breaking up with you. Now imagine yourself nodding your head, telling her she's right, telling her you are better off apart, and that you agree that things have finally been bad lately. Now imagine giving her a hug, saying goodbye, and walking away as if the breakup really doesn't bother you any at all. This is the best way to handle an unwanted breakup. And even if your breakup already happened, well, there's always still ways you can let your ex know that you're fully and completely in agreement with her decision to end both of y'all relationship. There are some really cool methods for agreeing with the breakup and moving on. Confusing your ex-girlfriend and making her think twice about what she's doing or what she's done. 3. Don't allow your ex to remain in your post-breakup life. Finally, one of the biggest tricks a girl will pull when she breaks up with you is keeping you around. A girl will usually do this when she's unsure of the breakup, because keeping you within easy reach is a reassuring way of being able to go back to how things were, should she feel like it. Instead of playing the chump, it's always best to remove yourself completely from your ex-girlfriend's life. Instead of answering her platonic emails or her text messages or her phone calls, it's always better to ignore them. Instead of being friends after breaking up, it's always best to refuse the friendship on the grounds that you'd rather not see her any at all. Losing you is one thing. Losing you all at once, well, that's another. If your girlfriend broke up with you, chances are good she'll expect you to let go little by little. So when you take yourself completely away all at once, it's a great way of getting her attention, especially if your ex-girlfriend is currently ignoring you. Don't risk losing your girlfriend for good by doing nothing. To make your ex miss you and want you again, you'll need a step-by-step plan. Shrugging your shoulders and hoping for the best is never a good way to approach any breakup, especially if you haven't had much in the way of ex-girlfriend contact. Check the appropriate links in the video description below and also subscribe to our channel.